views expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of WPSL. However, we do encourage you to like and share them on Facebook and other social media because, well, it's actually time for Careology. And the program is brought to you by Carebag and hosted by the one and only Roxy Brown.
Thank you, Cliff. Thank you. How was your Labor Day?
Oh, I labored all day.
You labored all day.
Well, we had an unusual situation because the banks were closed.
Yes.
And Swap Shop was like the bank for a lot of folks on Labor Day.
Oh, well, that was good.
That's something we'll have to remember for the years to come.
Years to come. Well, that's good. Well, Labor Day was something else. But I want to say, first of all, those who are listening and tuning in, thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you. And if you're driving home, we hope that you are safe listening, but just looking on the road because coming here, I saw that it looked like it was going to rain. The weather looked absolutely like it was going to pour down. My name is Roxy, and welcome to Careology. This is the science of caring. And we have a very interesting show today. If you are tuning in for the first time, we want to say thank you and welcome. Careology is a subsidiary of Carebag Incorporated. And Carebag Incorporated mission is very simple, to provide access to proper hygiene for the wellness of our community. We don't provide food, we don't provide clothes. Everything that you need when you step into your bathroom and your shower, that is what we provide to our homeless and families in need through the Treasure Coast, and we also go into Palm Beach. So we are very happy that we can serve our neighbors without walls and our neighbors in need. Careology is a weekly radio show that promotes the science of caring, sharing knowledge, and educating our community on the resources available to them. So we just want to share everything that is in the community because we have so many great nonprofits, so many businesses that do so much in our community, and we are just very, very thankful for them. And we would like to just have you continue to just support us and learn everything you can about Carebag. We are still having our drawing for our 2021 Lexus UX200, and September 17th is just a couple days away. We have our JVC Smart 55-inch TV that we'll be pulling a name for, and that's September 17th. I'm going to pull that at 12 o'clock, Cliff.
So the folks are still registered for the Lexus.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't change.
Draw a name, then
we pick a name. This says we go ahead and we have an independent company, and we have them just pick a name for us. Okay. Not a ticket, so all your tickets are still in. And that beautiful television was donated by Treasure Coast Lexus. Not Treasure Coast Lexus, Two Men in a Truck here on the Treasure Coast.
Yes.
So Treasure Coast Lexus is the beautiful 2021 Lexus UX200. And if you want to see the car, just go to Lexus right off US 1 and Midway Road at that beautiful, the building is being refurbished outside, and you can tell it is going to look even more lovely, Cliff, than it has before. Beautiful building.
Oh, they have events all the time down there. And sometimes they have car washes and hot dogs and stuff like that.
They do a lot. You know what? COVID has really interrupted our lives.
Yeah, it really has.
I'm just watching Clip's lips. So, COVID has really, really interrupted our lives. But you know what? We get to pull through. We get to find other ways around it, and we get to do what we have to do on a different level. So we're happy for that. I've been talking to some nurses that I know, and I'm actually considering, Cliff, having some nurses that are working in the hospitals come on and tell us, because we hear from physicians, we hear from politicians.
But the nurses are out there on the battlefront.
The nurses are the battlefield of this. And I have a couple. I have one that is a very good friend of mine, and I've asked her to look another nurse to come and tell us. Just talking to her today while I was driving here, I don't even want to say it because I want her to tell it. It's coming from, I always say on this show, I will speak about what I know, and if I have an expert to do it, I will have them come on.
Well, that's the way to do it. We talk to experts about things that it takes experts to explain to folks. Because people hear us all the time, and they think, oh, yeah, they always say something. Yeah, we always say something. But then when we bring in an expert, then you've got some good, solid
information. And I think, when you go in, it's the nurses you see. When you come out, it's the nurses you see. And if you don't come out, it's the nurses that take care of you. So, and I think it's important. Last week has been a really, really stressful week for me because, unfortunately, a family friend of ours lost their father-in-law on last week Sunday, and her husband went ahead and was basically admitted into the hospital Thursday and passed away Saturday from COVID.
It's way too much of this death going around.
It's a lot of this death going on, and our hearts, my heart just goes out to them personally, which they know. But my heart, but then again, we're dealing with COVID, but we're also dealing with war. We're dealing with floods. We're dealing with fire, California. So my heart and prayers go out to our neighbors in Louisiana, New York, New Jersey, and the states up north affected by this storm that has just ravaged, plus, those in Haiti that are still waiting for assistance. We have so many people in Haiti from weeks ago that still are waiting for some assistance. So our heart goes out to all of that. We just have so much grief and so much going on. It's just so much, and talking about it so much, I've reached back out to New Horizons because I did a little research today to find out that, first of all, Florida ranks number 3 as the nation's highest population under New York. New York comes in at number 4, Cliff.
Okay.
So we have California first, Texas second, then we have Florida. Wow. We have over 20 million people here in the state of Florida.
New York's behind us?
New York is behind us. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, if anybody Googles and find the information, you can call and straighten me out. But when I did my research today, that's what I found out. And the reason I was doing that because our suicide rate is out of the roof.
Now, is this among the homeless people?
No. This is
overall?
This is overall. Ooh. This is overall. California is number 1 with the highest population in the United States. Mm-hmm. Then it's Texas. Now it's Florida. Then New York.
So suicides occurring in at least all 3 of those states.
No, suicides are occurring everywhere. But right now, Florida sits at 14.5%. Since the beginning of 2021, we've had over 3,465 people that have lost their life to suicide.
That's a pandemic in itself.
That's more than a pandemic in itself.
Wow.
And with everything going on, the depression, everything. So when I reached out to New Horizons today, I said, you know what, we need you back on because maybe someone somewhere really needs to hear what's going on. That is important. And they just jumped. They jumped at the opportunity. And I was just talking to a couple people today, and the situation gets out of control. It's a huge role on someone's mental health. And so many factors, disorders, just so many things go on that they just don't want to talk about. They experience depression, whether it's occasional or whether it's an episode or a lifelong ailment. It has to take one thing just to trigger it. It can be an episode, but it can be that one episode that takes you over the edge, or it can be a lifelong. A lot of people suffer from PTSD. So it can be something that takes you over the edge. And, to lower the rates of death resulting from suicide, the country, I think, needs to look at a lot of factors. Oh, yeah. We need to look at factors, and we need to find out what makes up, what happens, why do people really want to commit suicide, and find an outlet. Our depression rates are one of the factors that hold serious importance, and other factors we have to consider. So we have academic performance. We now have the whole nation of our young people are back to school starting today, the day after Labor Day. So all our nation is back to school. You're sitting 6 feet apart. You're at the lunchroom. Everyone has to have their hands apart. I talked to moms, and they say, the kids say, 2 hands apart, that's how far you have to be. So all of these children, they haven't seen anyone. Some people love to hug. Some people love to high five. We can't do that anymore. You can't sit by your best friend, whisper, none of that. So these children are going to see something through their academic performance. Then you have physical condition. There's no more physical condition. I don't know what they're doing with football, baseball, all of these things we have to take into, effect.
Well, we've had a couple of high school football games already canceled.
Yeah.
In Martin County, there's some COVID in the school.
Yeah.
And so, those
It's
games have to be
canceled out, and that plays a lot on the academic performance of children.
But
Then
Greg and Dan Cuomo do have some games that we are going to be able to do. So.
you're going to be able to do. Well, that's good. So we have, the mental health and well-being. Then we have the economic standings, because a lot of people, checks and everything are basically getting ready to stop now. A lot of people don't know how to get back to work, or they can't afford a babysitter. So what's going to happen on that end? And then with the financial struggles. The financial struggles are very hard. I hear these stories every Tuesday and Thursday as moms and dads grandparents come into Carebag to tell us what's going on. And workplace performance. I talk to a lot of people that people are getting sick on their job. Is your workplace conducive that when your employees or when you go to work, you feel safe? That's a big thing. Cliff, me and you are far apart. Yeah. You're way across on the other side. When my guests come, the chair is here. But if you're and then Miss Carol and Mr. Greg gave us this beautiful thing that filters our air in here. Oh, yeah. So, our workplace environment here is safe. But there are a lot of people that are not safe. So, the question is to people that have businesses, are you for the money, or are you for the well-being of the staff that you have that makes you your money? That's a whole nother show, Cliff. Yeah. So I talk to a lot of individuals that are concerned about where they work and should they be home, should they stay home, or about their children going to school. You have parents worried about where they work. You have the parents worried about their children in school. Then you wonder why our mental illness, why our suicide rate is so high. Some people just can't cope. I think we need to have a little more compassion. I think if bosses have compassion, teachers have compassion, and you have compassion, I think we can get this under control. That's what it is. So I am very happy that October 21st, New Horizons will be back here in the studio, that we can talk about what you can do to help you during these episodes or occasions, or these lifetime ailments that you have. Whatever you're going through, we're going to have someone here. We're hoping to look for someone, Cliff, that's been going through this, that has battled this, to come and tell us how they worked it out.
Well, yeah, because now we all have different immune systems.
Yes.
Some of them are pretty good and some of them are not. And when you got to get by somehow, well, you do. And those who are going to come out on the other side of this with shining colors, we're going to hope that they can tell us something that can help the rest of us should we encounter that type of situation.
Because it's hard. You don't know. So everyone, like they said, it's like having a cold. Everyone handles it differently. Yeah. But what I notice is a lot of people aren't. I love to fly. Cliff, I love getting on a plane.
World traveler Roxy Brown.
I love going places. But you know what scares me more than anything else is what's happening on the planes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's happened? Flying used to
kind of how it got here.
Yeah, flying used to be fun. It used when my dad was alive. When he went places, he had on a suit. People dressed up. I remember some airlines we went on. They used to have fashion shows. So I'm kind of giving my age away. They used to have fashion shows down a plane. Now flying is worse than 95. People are coming out their seat wanting to attack people. It's not flying. Used to get excited about going somewhere. If it was someplace for pleasure or a trip. Now it has turned into a nightmare to fly. Every time I'm looking, I think I have some friends that are stewardess. I haven't even talked to them, which I'm gonna do. What are they doing? Flying used to be fun. I don't know what happened anymore.
Will it ever be fun again?
I had a conversation. Wow. Someone told me that a couple people told me that this week. Roxy, I don't think we're ever going to get back to the normality of what we had.
Changed.
The world has changed. Yeah. It has changed, and I don't know if it's going to ever get back to where it was, because the virus seems to be getting worse. People seem to be getting angrier. Children are killing their parents more. People are killing each other more. And sometimes you just want to stay locked in your house. We had a Labor Day, and it was, I'm accustomed of barbecuing and this and that. We can't do that anymore. Wow. So the question is, what do you do? That's a good question. What do you do? So we'll take a break and we'll hear from our wonderful, exciting sponsors. And we will be back after these few messages. Stay tuned. This is Roxy with Careology, and we'll be back.
Yeah, get ready for the drawing that you're about to hear about here on Careology.
How would you like to win a Lexus UX200 with taxes paid? No car payment. That sounds terrific. Go to givecarebag.com. All proceeds go to help our local nonprofit Carebag Incorporated, where they provide access to proper hygiene to those in our community in need. We also have 2 additional prizes. Go to givecarebag.com to find out how you could win a beautiful 2021 Lexus UX200. No lease, taxes paid. Drawing December 17th, 2021. All Roads Truck and Auto Repair. They get it right the first time. Call 772-266-3303. All Roads Truck and Auto Repair. All roads lead here. When you want it done right, call 772-266-3303. Tell them Roxy sent you.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
And now back to Careology, the art and science of caring. And once again, here's your host, Roxy Brown.
Thank you, Cliff. And those who are listening to us, thank you for tuning in and staying us here on WPSL 1590 AM on Careology. You can find us on Google Home, Alexa TuneIn, and WPSL TV, and on Carebag Live on our Facebook page.
We're everywhere.
We are Cliff. We're like, I don't want to say it, but we're like the pandemic. We're everywhere. Yeah. You used to laugh about stuff. You can't laugh about that, but we are everywhere.
Well, you got to laugh about something sometimes instead of crying about it.
You have to, yeah. You have to, because that's important. And we want my reason for having certain individuals on as guests. I don't want to bombard people with get vaccinated. I think you're bombarding people when I'm not going to tell anyone to get vaccinated. But what I want to do is I want to give you good information, educated information, nothing added political, nothing to any type of base. This is for our health.
There's barrier levels of fear involved.
There is, but
that we have to overcome.
But you know what? We used to take vaccines all the time.
Oh yeah.
We took vaccine. A vaccine came out. We had to take it. We roll up our seam. All of us have those little marks on our arm.
Our left arm. Yeah.
And we've lived through it. Yeah. And something has come to really go ahead and to save our lives.
I had mumps and measles before there were ever vaccines for them.
But this is what's happening now. A lot of doctors, a lot of doctors' offices, a lot of businesses are not taking patients that don't have the vaccine. Uh-oh. So what happens now, I heard a story, well, I don't want to repeat it because you don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah,
there's
a lot of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. But it's someone that knows. It happened to her sister. A private ambulance came to pick her up, and the first question they asked her was, "Are you vaccinated?" It wasn't life-threatening, and she said no. And
sorry, we can't take you?
That is correct.
Because
what private ambulances, because what happened is now what are we going through? This is a choice. Mm-hmm. Yep. This is a choice you take. This is a choice you've made not to take a vaccine. So it is a choice for them, private, not to take you. Doctors' offices, a lot of doctors' offices right here on the Treasure Coast, all over the United States are making that choice. If their patients are not vaccinated, you need to find another doctor. And that's going to be almost a rule of thumb in the next couple months or years. People are going to start doing that.
People are going to have problems with their employers when they don't get vaccinated and make the whole staff vulnerable.
Yeah.
They're going to have to say no at some point. And we're going to have to stop making our decisions based on fear.
Yes.
You need to look into the facts and do your own research.
That is correct.
You do that.
That's important. And I don't know, somebody said they can't see us.
Uh-oh.
And I just, it's educating ourselves. When I have a conversation with someone and the vaccine comes up, and I go to them and say, why haven't you taken the vaccine? Some of them tell me, you know what, Roxy, I'm scared. I don't think enough research has been done. And that's a valid reason. You know, when you have a valid reason why you don't want to take it, I understand that. But when I ask someone, you know, or have you taken the vaccine? Well, I don't know. I heard this. What
Everybody
you heard
this.
Everybody heard everything. You know, I've been hearing about Timbuktu, you know, for the long time. I've never been to Timbuktu.
I believe there's a real place.
There is a real place, Timbuktu. But, you know, you have to do your research. You have to do what is good for you, and especially your family, and especially your loved one, especially those with, you know, with children. I have a good friend right now that's sitting in Tradition Hospital. He has 2 young kids. Why he didn't take the vaccine, I don't know. I will deal with him later. But he texted me and he said, you know, I have pneumonia. Ooh. You know, so because the new Delta variant, that's one of the things that it does. So when the COVID first happened, we're hearing about death. Yeah. We're hearing about people. But the more that it happens, your circle comes in and it gets smaller and smaller. So right now, everyone knows someone that has had COVID, has gotten very sick from COVID, or unfortunately has passed away.
Yeah. Well, we've lost a couple folks here.
Yeah.
Not staff members,
right.
but people who do shows.
Yeah.
We've lost a couple. We've also had a couple of our hosts who actually had COVID. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's a serious thing, and you can't let fear rule your decisions because, well, you can err. If you err on the side of fear, there's no wisdom in that. You know, it's one of those things.
It's one of those things. You know, we have to be, they always say you have to be smart. Yeah. You have to be smart. You have to make an educated decision. But the one thing I don't believe in forcing anyone. The minute you force someone, you're getting a battle. You're going to have a fight.
That's where a lot of the fear is.
The fear comes in. A lot of
folks are afraid. They don't know what's going to happen. They don't know if the government's going to make them take it. They don't know if their employer is going to make them take it.
Well, listen, before
you know?
somebody makes you take it, make an educated guess and get it. Too many of us have got it. I haven't had any horns growing out of my head yet. I haven't had a tail or a leg or extra leg or arm pop out.
Well, I've had the horns, but they file down.
They file down. I haven't had that yet. No. The individuals that I know that have taken it, I've had one. I know one person that took the Johnson & Johnson, never had a fever, never had a cold. They were A-OK. I took the Johnson & Johnson for 2 days. I had a little chill. I had a little headache. I wish I had lost my appetite. That never happened. I would have stopped eating, but I didn't lose my appetite. You know, everything.
That could be depression too.
That's true. Different things happen to different people, but what we want to know is that I honestly believe we'd had Dr. Wilhelmina Lewis here.
Yes.
And she's great. And October 5th, we're having Dr. Douglas in here. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to bring professionals in here, and you can call in. You can go ahead and you can, you know, when we have them at the show, you can call in. You can ask them questions. You can ask what you might not get from your doctor. Maybe you don't have a doctor. Maybe you're afraid to go to the doctor. There are many people who don't even want to go into a doctor's office now. We're going to give you that.
You can come down with something.
Hello.
You know?
That's it. So, you know, if you're afraid and COVID has happened and you don't want to get into that office, you can call us. October the 5th, we're going to have Dr. Dwight Douglas here, and I know he's going to give us good information. And I'm trying to get other experts in here from the health department so people could know you can get a vaccine anywhere. It doesn't cost you anything. I think the only way that we're going to get this under control, we need to get vaccinated, and not just here in this country. We have to think of the other countries, because this is a world. This is not the United States problem. This is a world problem. And when we as leaders can get it under control, other countries would think they can get it under control. We don't have it under control, so what are they going to think? There are a lot of people that look to us and what we do. Well, if people aren't taking it there, why should I take it?
Well, I've heard from a couple folks, and like this is just hearsay. This is not research, because it need research. If you know people who've had it, people who've had their shots, and then they catch it, but they don't have severe symptoms, but they do have some. They'll have fever. They'll have the dry cough.
Well, no, it's not hearsay. There's a individual we know, and him and his wife got it, And when I talked to him, he said, thank God we got vaccinated. They went to the hospital, got some antibiotics, and they went home.
A local pastor
Yeah.
even passed away from it.
Yeah, unvaccinated. So, we need to take this serious. I know we talk about it, and trust me to God, I am so tired of hearing about it. But what I'm more tired of hearing about is when we lose somebody.
Yeah.
When we lose, because this is now affecting, this Delta, we're affecting children even more. This is serious.
Well, children with parents who have it.
Oh,
We have encountered that in the family, where some of the little grandchildren,
yeah,
we had to quarantine them with us
yeah.
because Mom was getting sick, and she kind of had a suspicion, but we went ahead and we were going to have the kids for a couple days anyway, so we did, and then she was tested positive, and
Oh,
so we had to
no.
keep the kids. She's now 9 days past it,
Right.
but she had some kind of a diabetic episode happen since then, which somehow is, I believe, could be COVID related because it's going to mess with whatever situation you might already have. But not being a doctor, I can't comment too much on that.
But it's just, it's what individuals tell us. That's why I like. Yes, I have a comment. Yes, I have a feeling, and I have my views. But my views aren't my view is not going to be the only view you're going to get. That's why we want the experts here.
And it's not dictated by fear.
Yes, and I think that's what happened. I think when this happened, Cliff, it made it. We were bombarded with it every day.
Yeah.
What we saw on TV, doesn't matter what news station that you watch, death rate every minute, the death rate going up, and it just sickened us. We were so afraid, and then this came out, and it became political. And then, but not only the COVID do we have to worry about, we're watching the flooding, we're watching the victims, we're watching the hurricanes. I tell my husband, we always get ready for the hurricanes. Now they're going up north. I'm a northerner. I've never had a hurricane in New York all my life.
I was going to say, I've seen more hurricanes in
Up
New
north
England than Florida over the past 40 years.
And that's getting scary. And especially, we don't have basements here. So for those of you who have never been up north,
oh my God,
we have basements. In our basements, some people do apartments, some people do game rooms or TV rooms or man caves, but we have our boiler down. Remember boilers? We have our furnaces. We have our furnace, which is your water heater. Because remember, this is cold weather. You have your water heater, your washing machine, all your extra fridge, your freezer. So when you flood and your basement gets flooded, your house is going to stop. Fire could happen. Everything that operates your home is in your basement.
We had a big oil tank in the basement that fed the furnace fuel.
I remember our furnace because I remember in the winter me and my brother would sit there and you could see the light poof and go on and the blue flames go off. We had our ping pong table, our back. We had that. Our basement was our play area. When your mom and dad want to get rid of you, go to the basement.
That's where the train set was set up.
When you were in trouble, go to the basement. That's where you went. The mom doesn't want to hear you, go to the basement. So, a lot of these families, they have a lot of cleanup to do. And, the trucks can't get where they need to go because there's nobody working. People can't find people to work to clean up the areas. So people can't get water. They can't get food. It's a terrible situation going on in this country. And on top of COVID, on top of hurricanes, on top of fires in California, you have to ask your break, my God, when will we get a break?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
When will we get a break? We've had COVID. We have the Delta. Now they're saying there's a new variant. I don't know too much about that, so I won't speak on it. But, there's so much going on. When do you feel you're going to catch a break? When do we have a break? When do we get to exhale, to breathe and exhale and say, okay, whew,
Well, when there's times when we can breathe, we should.
We should. What I do?
Practice of breathing.
I watch comedy before I go to bed.
Oh, there you go. You have to laugh.
Let me tell you, me and my husband, we watch comedy before we go to bed because I want to laugh. I see so much during the day that it's a relief to just sit on your couch and just bust out laughing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I make, with my close friends, I make jokes that people would say, oh, Roseanne, oh my goodness, Roxy, don't say. But you know what? It's something we can laugh at. I take a situation and I just laugh at it. And, that's the best thing to do.
There's some professional comedians out there that are doing a great job helping us all survive.
Well, they are, and I'm loving it. I think one of my favorite shows is Big Bang Theory.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me started. Yes. And Sheridan's girlfriend might be the
Dr.
new host
Farrah
of Jeopardy.
Fowler. Really?
Yeah, the girl.
Dr.
Yeah.
Farrah Fowler. She's actually a neuroscientist. Did you know that? Yeah, in real life.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. It's just, you need something to, if you're, and we're going to talk about it. I'm not a professional. Call 211.
But they found these professionals to act on this show, and they are real smart people.
Yeah, if you're feeling some way and you're feeling, if you're in your feelings, that's what we're going to call. We're not going to call it mental illness. If you're in your feelings and you're overthinking it too much.
And you're not quite stuck in the now like you should be.
There you go. Find something to laugh at. I find gardening. If I buy one more plant, I will have no more place to plant it. I can't buy any more flowers.
Welcome to the jungle.
My house is the jungle. I'm into lemongrass and citronella now. So that smell over my house and the mosquitoes
keeps the mosquitoes away.
Hello, thank you, Jesus. So I'm into plants right now, which is good. But find something to do. Find something to laugh at. Sometimes picking up the phone and calling someone, they might start telling you their problems, which might make it worse. Find an outlet to go pick up a book. Find something. There's so much to laugh at right now.
Some of your friends need to be able to vent, and they need a good listener.
Yeah. Do it during the day, but going to bed,
Yeah.
find something that makes you calm, makes you laugh.
Finish up the day
Sometimes
with a smile.
I put on some music and I just be dancing in my house. You need to make yourself feel relaxed. Yeah. And if you want to let yourself feel more relaxed, let's talk about this drawing, Cliff. We're going to spend a couple minutes.
You want to relax? Relax yourself in a brand new Lexus.
That's right. December the 17th at 2 p.m., myself and the owner of Lexus, we are going to go ahead and we are going to pick our winner in our drawing for the 2021 Lexus UX200.
What day's the drawing on again?
That is December the 17th.
10 days from now, we'll be 90 days out.
Wow. There you go.
So
90 days.
Well, actually, we've
a
got...
little more.
Yeah, well, the 17th, you're saying?
The 17th. That's
okay,
correct.
That's it. Yeah. That's well, you've got your... You've got your 3 months and 7 days from now.
3 months and 7 days.
Yeah.
We have the winner. But next week, Friday, at 12 p.m.,
Ooh.
I am going to draw the winner for our beautiful, thank you, courtesy of 2 Men in a Truck, Treasure Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Just look them up,
TV.
Treasure Coast, 2 Men in a Truck.
Yep.
They are staple businesses here in our community
They'll help
that
you
does a
move
lot.
anywhere.
They'll help you move anywhere. Just tell them Roxy sent you.
There you go.
Go ahead. Call them and tell them Roxy sent you. And we are there. We have the JVC 55-inch smart TV. It's a lot to say. And I've already seen the beautiful TV in the box. It is gorgeous. It is sitting in Miss Shannon's office there at 2 Men in a Truck. She's had it sitting there for us, and we are excited. So 12 p.m., I'm going to go ahead and do that drawing. And we'll take pictures, we'll post it, we'll talk about you. And because we'll let people know, we already posted our winner for the beautiful grill. And we have that coming up on the 17th. And we will not pull another drawing until December the 17th, 2 p.m. at Lexus for the winner for the 2021 Lexus UX200, which is absolutely beautiful.
All right.
A beautiful car and a beautiful place.
You'll be a little famous around here.
You sure will, because you're going to be having Roxy in that front seat of that car taking me somewhere. Take me to the gas station, bottle of water. I just want to spin around the block, Cliff, for the car I couldn't participate in.
I think I'd probably like to just meet the person that wins.
Well, we'll see if we can have him on. You know what? We're going to have him on the show. Yeah, bring him in the studio and let him talk to them and see how it feels, because it's tax-free. Your taxes, no, not tax-free.
The
sales tax will already be paid.
Right.
Anybody you know anywhere in the United States that can participate. Once you put your zip code in, it'll let you know if you can participate, and anyone could win. If you're from another state, come on down and pick up your car. So there you go. That is a great thing. But we're going to hear more about our drawing right after this. We're winding down to the car, so I'm really excited. I'm really excited.
97 days. That would be... okay, it'll be almost 14 weeks. Almost.
Yeah, we have the end of September, October. We have November, that's 60. And then we have 17. So that's 77. And then we are in September now, and today's the 7th. When we come back, we're going to have how many days until the drawing of the car.
We're going
to get the calculator out. But this is Roxy with Careology, and we are going to be back after these special messages from our special sponsors. Right here on WPSL 1590 on Careology, where the science of caring, and it's all about you.
And somebody's going to win a Lexus, and that is fantastic.
That is, I'm going to get a radio voice. That is fantastic.
Okay. All right.
That's good?
I can coach you.
There you go. I like that. We'll be right back with Careology. Why call two men in a truck of the Treasure Coast? You want to move your business without moving a single meeting? You want it handled with no fuss. Lots of stuff, no time to move it? You need the pros that care. That's why you call two men in a truck of the Treasure Coast. Family owned and operated franchise. Call 772-236-0827. 772-236-0827. Movers who care. Visit Two Men in a Truck, treasurecoast.com. If you could reimagine the way you buy a car, what would you do? Make it simple, make negotiations disappear, demand transparency, then experience amazing at your Treasure Coast Lexus dealer. Car buying simplified. Treasure Coast Lexus is a proud sponsor of Careology. Every Tuesday at 6:05 p.m., caring and supporting for our community. Car buying simplified. Check out your Treasure Coast Lexus dealer.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
And you're listening to Careology, the art and science of caring, hosted by Roxy Brown.
Hello, welcome back. If you're with us on Careology, thank you for sticking around. We appreciate it and we love you. So it's me and Cliff today in the studio.
You sent us a special guest host last week.
Yes. Did you guys have fun last week?
Oh, we had a blast.
Are you having a blast without me?
Yeah.
I heard you. I was a little far away, so it was hard to get good reception.
We're not out of your reach when we're live.
No.
Because we're on all over the world on the TuneIn app. Somebody called and said that they couldn't see us. They were probably listening in on TuneIn.
On TuneIn.
Because there's no video on TuneIn.
Mm-hmm.
The only video you can look at right now
is Facebook.
Is on Facebook, right.
And
now,
then,
last week when Roxy was here.
No, last week when Milo was here.
Milo, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. That's my sister from another mother.
I know. Me too. And, we proceeded with the show. And I just couldn't believe how natural she takes to the show.
Oh yeah, Milo she's awesome.
She's a writer too.
Oh yeah, I know. She's an acclaimed. We're gonna go off script. So Milo is compared to the female Stephen King.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So you can just put in Milo's name, Google it, and pull her up, and you'll see all her acclaimed books that she has done.
Wow.
And I can't say any more than that, but maybe a movie might be in the works. And her son follows in her footsteps, but she is just awesome beyond belief.
Now that show from last week with Milo will be on YouTube tomorrow.
Yeah, I saw you do it and edit it. Yeah.
I went ahead and did the research because you had a couple of Port St. Lucie City Council District 3 candidates, and of course, we had the president and CEO of the St. Louis County Chamber of Commerce.
Awesome.
So you got to be able
Teresa.
to watch that. So we'll have that up for you tomorrow. And of course, tonight's show won't be very long after that because I'm going to try to do them together to get all these shows up as quickly as possible onto our YouTube presence.
Well, we love that. But I'm excited about, even though I can't play, I'm excited about the card drawing, and and it's not expensive. You can get 12 tickets for $25 for level 1. Yeah. So you have 12 chances to win. Or you can go, if you're the big guns, you can go for 900 tickets for $1,000. So you have 900 chances.
Basically, it's a fundraiser for a charity, folks.
And this is all a fundraiser, and this goes to Carebag Incorporated, where our mission is very simple: to look after the homeless and the families in need, to make sure they have proper hygiene in the wellness of our community, especially what we're going through. Wellness, cleanliness is utmost. We've learned that. If no one has learned anything, we have learned that.
And you know what? I've learned something too. And if you're wondering, how do we get a hold of this? It's www.givecarebag.org.
Givecarebag.com.
Oh, give
Givecarebag.com, or we have two websites. We have www.carebagfl.org.
Oh, okay.
That's it. And then if you want to go straight to it, because I have some smart people that work with me, and givecarebag.com, people remember much easier. So givecarebag.com.
And you can get the tickets and all that.
Everything is right there. It is done by an independent. It's done by an independent company, so you can't buy a ticket from our office. You can't buy a ticket from me. All the tickets are done there, so we can electronically pick our winner.
All right.
So if someone comes to you and says, I have tickets I'm selling, you tell them Roxy said, you are lying.
There's nobody that has tickets.
Nobody has
except
tickets.
Through GiveCarebag.
GiveCarebag.com, and the link is there, and it'll take you right there, and you can you can see about us, watch our videos, learn more about Carebag, see where your money's going to. And if you want to know more about us, our contact information is there that you can reach out, and we'll be happy to give you our 1,000 square foot tour.
1,000 square foot tour.
It's a very short tour. You can make it during your lunchtime.
Well, you could make stretch out just taking one step at a time.
And it's not, look, Cliff, it's not a lot of steps.
No.
And we don't even call it our office, because it's our operations center. That's where our families, our homeless come in. That is where anyone that needs help can come and get what they need. We had a couple that are working in Stewart. We found them a job, and they're working, but they can't afford any place to live. And someone came and tore up their tent, and they're able to come to us and get another tent. You know, the people are mean.
How low can we get?
We can get very low. We get low.
Tear up a tent that belongs to a homeless person. It's all they've got to
That's
live
all
in.
they've got. Yes, that is correct.
How kind of you. You'll be very highly rewarded
But you
for
know
that.
what? Fully Promoted in Stewart, Mike, the owner of Fully Promoted in Stewart, he hired them, and they are working with him, and they are doing very well. And he is still looking for, he's helping them. He's come to my office. He's been driving them around. So this is what I said. Supporting our local is very, very important. He makes some beautiful T-shirts for us, and we're very happy about that. He's been doing some really lovely T-shirts. So we are happy for Fully Promoted Mike that is helping this homeless couple out there, and we appreciate that. So a lot is going on in our community, and a lot of businesses are helping others, and we need to take our hats off to them. And I'm reaching out to a lot of businesses. I talk to a lot of businesses that I didn't even know what they do in the community. And it's great to know. We're getting to know them, and we're scheduling them to come on so we can hear, support local. We're hearing that everywhere you go. You turn on the TV, the radio, that's all you hear is support local. But support local that is doing something in the community. You can be local and you can just be thinking of yourself. And if you're a business and you're thinking of yourself, that's fine. But Careology will support local businesses that are supporting the community, and we have quite a few of them. We've had quite a few of them on our show. One of our main sponsors, Lexus, they are doing wonderful things in the community.
Well, you've got a lot of support from businesses out
Oh,
there
yeah.
that are taking care of you.
Dyer Chevrolet.
And you are helping other nonprofits out there as well.
Well, we try to, it's not about self. It's about bringing nonprofits together.
Yeah.
And nonprofits are a business.
Yeah.
And it's just like any other business. You just want to crush your competition.
You got books.
Yeah, but nonprofits have to remember we don't crush our competition. We work with our competition, because our competition is doing the same thing we are, just in different avenues.
Helping others.
We're on the same road. We just take different avenues. And I want to give a shout out to a lot of our local businesses that are doing a lot in the community. And first and foremost, Treasure Coast Lexus and Treasure Coast Toyota of Stewart. Awesome family business.
Good
Then
folks.
we have Dyer Chevrolet. We have Grozer Builders. We have Two Men in a Truck, Treasure Coast. We're going to be talking to a couple more that are out there. And we just want to take up the New York Mets, St. Lucie Mets. They do a lot in the community, and we thank them. And we have a couple more. And then we have Treasure Coast. We have Treasure Coast, Children's Services St. Lucie.
Yeah.
They're a big supporter of Carebag. They're one of our major contributors to us that we're able to purchase what we need
There are kids
for our
out there that are
children in
homeless
St.
too.
Lucie. Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Mhm.
There are a lot of children that are homeless. So if it's on your heart and you want to learn more about Carebag, go to givecarebag.com. And I want to just take my hat off to my board. With Carebag could not do what it does unless we have a really awesome board. And we want to just thank them for putting up with Roxy. I'm a handful.
Well, there's that mama bear issue every once in a while.
Sometimes, you know what? If you poke the bear and you're wrong, I'm going to tell you about it. I'm not going to hide. I'm going to tell you about
Fair
it.
is fair.
Fair is fair.
Absolutely.
If
Yeah.
you're gonna do something in our community and you're not being fair about it, I'm the voice of the people.
That's right.
And I'm going to speak out for anyone. Doesn't matter, little, tall, big, bird, rainbow, tan, orange, green. It doesn't matter. I'm going to speak for everybody because I've been complaining about Waste Pro. But for the last couple of weeks, my garbage has been picked up.
You know, somebody was listening.
Somebody, Cliff was listening. My garbage is picked up. My waterman, one of my neighbors give my waterman cold bottles of water and
They don't want to mess
Gatorade.
with that mama bear.
I saw one of my neighbors go out and give my garbage man some water and Gatorade. And I told them, listen, he gives you water and Gatorade, I'll give you fish and chicken. So
That blew their mind, I'll bet.
it did. They busted out laughing. But, whatever Waste Pro is doing, we thank you because the one thing someone doesn't want is garbage sitting out on their curb week after week. That's our garbage. It's not something we want, sitting there as a statue and as a reminder of what we did from 2 weeks ago. So
That whole new
kudos.
thing that they're doing is working.
It's
Obviously.
working.
Yeah.
It's whatever you're doing, it's working. And if I can trash you, I can take my hat off to you. My garbage is being picked up every Tuesday and Friday, and I am so happy about that. And and they're coming early too.
Really?
They're coming early.
That's
I talked
the
to
perk.
and not only do they pick up my garbage, they put the tin right back. They don't throw it down, especially when I'm at the door and they see me. They pick it up and they put it back. We have a wonderful relationship. So I'm happy with that. But,
When you're cooking the chicken, I'll show up.
it might probably be I don't eat meat, so I'm going to have to cook that I'm going to have to do that on a special day.
I'm
That's
carnivore like a lizard.
That means that you and my dog would get along very well.
Absolutely.
Very, very well. But this is Careology, and we have had some really good shows on here helping and supporting our community. And if you want to go ahead, this is my plea now. If you want to go ahead and you want to give back and help a nonprofit that is doing what we can in the community, I'm just going to run down a few things that we make available. Someone needs help, you call 211 and you say, you know what, my baby needs diapers, or I'm a veteran, I need Depends. They give you our number.
You got a 211 hookup?
We have the 211 hookup. Yes, we do. If you call us, we are a non-501c accredited nonprofit. So if you call 211 for help and we fit your category of need, they will give you our information. We will send you out a digital form to your phone that you can fill out. You don't have to come into the office. When you get to our office, everything is ready for you. You've already let us know what you need. So you don't have to come and fill paperwork. We're saving trees by doing this digitally.
What can folks offer to help Carebag with? What kind of items do you need donations of?
Well, donations, first of all, monetary donation is the main donation we need, because this is our first facility we have, and we have rent, we have light, we have water. Right now we do not have any staff, so everyone is volunteered. So anything you give would give to just the promotion of Carebag. And anyone that comes in, they can get from deodorant, diapers, shaving cream, razors, all these things are toothpaste, toothbrushes, shampoo, anything to keep you clean. That when somebody's beside you, they don't have to smell you.
Like somebody might have a case of hand sanitizers.
We do that too. Like that. Toilet paper. We actually have a nonprofit coming in to volunteer with us next week, and they're called the Royal Palms. Carebag is going to be offering to all the schools in St. Lucie County. They're called flow bags for our young ladies, so young girls will not have to miss school during their cycle. Right. Women will not have to not go to work during their cycle, because these are very expensive. We want everyone to get back to work.
Yeah.
And if you can't afford these things, you're not going to feel comfortable going back to work. So this is what we're going to do. And we're going to be offering it to all the agencies that have young people in school, Boys and Girls Club, our truancy department, a lot of agencies that families just can't afford it. And this is going to be on a monthly. If the young lady or if the young woman or the young lady needs this, Carebag will go ahead and sponsor and give it to them. So Royal Palm is coming in over the next weekend to go ahead and help us get these bags together. So we're excited.
As shocking as it might seem, though, there are children out there that are homeless along with their parents.
Yes, they are.
And sometimes they need diapers, but sometimes they
need everything.
The older folks need diapers too. So you
yeah.
have both kinds of diapers. Diapers for the babies.
We have a lot of
a
lot of veterans that are suffering from prostate, and a lot of them, their checks can't cover it. So we cover that with them, and we cover our young ladies. So if this has touched your heart, you've been listening, and you want to help Carebag's organization, just go to www.givecarebag.com. Our information is there if you want more information, and our mailing address is there if you're not happy with doing anything online, and we would greatly appreciate it. And to Cliff, Carol, and Greg, thank you. Careology is having fun here on WPSL. And when you tune into us every Tuesday at 6:05, you can find us at Google Home, Alexa TuneIn, and on WPSL TV. And we do this Facebook Live on our Facebook page.
Now,
at
it stays on Facebook, too.
It stays on Facebook, and we have a lot of businesses that go ahead and share it from Facebook.
Got to commend your staff who monitor the show on Facebook and help people out in the chat room.
Yeah, we
That's
have
amazing.
that is Jet.
Yep.
And Jet, again, is a volunteer, and he has been doing an awesome job. I know you have to have X amount of hours. I can tell you he's tripled his hours.
Oh, yeah.
For his volunteer. And I know he does that from the goodness of his heart, and we appreciate him.
When I was a kid, I was doing thousands and thousands of hours for Head Start because I was doing puppet shows.
Right. Wow. Okay.
Every now and then I run into some old guy saying, "You're the guy that used to do the puppet shows at Head Start when I was a kid." I said, "Huh?"
An old guy.
Yeah.
Older than you, but you used to do
well,
it.
younger than me because he was actually in Head Start when he met me.
Okay.
But hey, kids don't forget.
Kids
things.
don't. Kids don't forget. Kids don't forget.
If you're going to do anything, do it so the kids will remember.
Kids will remember. And one thing we want to say, kids don't forget, and we hope you won't forget. We are winding down on our show, and we want to say thank you so much for tuning in to Careology. And we want to remind you that if you go to givecarebag.com, if you're interested in the drawing, you can find your raffle tickets there. You can find information about Carebag, and you can find information about volunteering with us and how you can support us, because we support our children, our elderly, our veterans here in our community throughout the whole entire Treasure Coast. And we also go into West Palm Beach. So we want to thank you, and we want you to have a good evening, a safe evening, and we want you to tune in with us again on Tuesday. Next week, Tuesday at 6:05, we're going to have our last candidates for the St. Lucie County special election with us next week. Each of them have 15 minutes, and we're also going to have our nurses. So it's going to be a very interesting show, and we want you to learn, we want to educate you, and we want to go ahead and we want to make you feel good. Remember tonight, watch something funny before you go to bed and laugh yourself to sleep. This is Roxy with Careology. It has been an honor. Love you. See you next week. Have a good evening, everyone.
www.givecarebag.com, and you can make a difference. Thank you, Roxy. This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the top of the Treasure Coast. The time right now, 7 o'clock.